to another edition of the Student Fire Podcast, live from the Speak Fire studio. My name is Bobby Berg. I'm a motivational speaker for schools, and I am here to help you live your best life today. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of the Student Fire Podcast, live from the Speak Fire studio. I'm your host, Bobby Berg, and y'all, I'm so thankful you're here for another episode. We do have some guests. Gus is right there, and Bella is somewhere behind him. They just came back from, a little jog outside, so they're here. So if you hear noises, that's why. So let's take a second. I want you to really be intentionally honest with yourself and how you're feeling. Be that good, be it indifferent, be it great, be it phenomenal, be it depressed, be it whatever it is. I want you to be honest with yourself on how you are doing. Take 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. See, that wasn't all that bad. Now, this is the episode that a lot of my students have been getting very frustrated with me about. They've been asking for this for a while. To give you some backstory, when I have a new client or a new, say a parent reaches out to me or a student reaches out to me and says, hey, I would love for my kid to get coached by you. I say, okay, cool. First thing that we're going to do is I'm going to send you a survey. Send me your email address. I'm going to send you a survey and I want you to fill this out. And with that survey, it's a series of questions to help me better understand the student. Because I can think all day about what you need. I can think, maybe you need leadership experience. Maybe you need some motivation. Maybe you need some help understanding yourself. Maybe you need help with a learning style thing. But I'm guessing. I don't know. This test gives me a way to really understand what the student at a deep personal level needs. And once I have that, I have a 22-page breakdown on exactly what this kid needs, where their faults are, where their really strong strengths are. Strong strengths. Wow, that's redundant. But, I get to find out what their strengths are, and I get to really understand them on a deeper level. But for some of you, that doesn't really make sense, right? You're like, Bobby, that was a cool little story, but I don't know what you're talking about. So let's pretend we're going to school today, right? Everyone's going back to class. Life is good. COVID doesn't exist. Vaccines all around. Everything. So you pull up with your buddy. You walk in the front doors. Boom. Everything's great. You walk in. There's these lovely school-colored lights with school cream-colored walls and so much chatter that you can't even hear your buddy talk, right? There's this electrified excitement in the air because everybody's in the building, but class hasn't started. Homeroom hasn't started. You're just making your way there. Well, you go to homeroom, everything works out great. Homeroom teacher tells you, hey, just, hope you guys have a great day. Awesome. And you make it to your first class. And here's where everyone's day gets a little bit bleaker because it's Mrs. Sampson's English class. And, usually Miss S is pretty cool. She's personable, but she's really strict. Rules are rules, and she likes her rules, and you are going to follow them. And if you don't, you're not going to pass. Fair? So you sit down and, you're just excited to talk to everyone, and you're just really geeked about being there. You are the light in the room. Well, Miss S goes, all right, everyone, break up into groups of 4, count off, starting 1 to 4, and we're going to be doing everybody's favorite, a group project. So your eyes dart to your buddy, and you make that pact stating, no matter what happens, you and I are going to get together. I don't care if you have to switch numbers with someone. I don't care if you have to lie about what number you have, and there's confusion. You and I are going to work together. To which Miss S stands up and says, for all of you that have just looked at your best friend, please stop. I know what you're doing. I know this trick. You're counting off by 4 and you're not changing numbers. Go. So you begrudgingly count off and everything happens. And you get your group of 4. Great. Well, there's you. You're excited to work on the project. You're talking to everyone. You're trying to see what everyone thinks. You're just excited to be in this group. You're really happy. You're really positive. And you look over and you're working with Dean. Dean's a good guy, right? He's nice, but he's very blunt. He's very direct. And you don't really know how to feel about him because when he says something, it's very short and to the point. Doesn't speak in very, long, extended sentences, and he doesn't really care for your happy-go-lucky attitude. And Dean looks at you and goes, dude, can you please just focus for a second? I want to read what the title is. I want to understand what the project is about. And looks back at the paper, and you go, whoa, 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 whoa. What's going on here? That was a little rude. But you brush it off. You don't really care because you're all excited. You're happy to be there. You are the embodiment of good vibes. You are excited. You're jovial. Well, you look over at Kayla, and Kayla's sitting there, and she's just content. She doesn't really seem to be all that excited. She's not mad. She's not angry. She's happy to be there. She's in class. She's working with the group. And she starts asking questions to Dean about, hey, so what do you think we should do? And how am I going to fit into this? What do you need me to do? How can I help? And Dean says, I don't know. I'm reading right now. Ask me in a second. Well, she goes, okay, cool. That's fine. And then you look over at Jasmine. And Jasmine has a second set of instructions, and she is meticulously reading it. And she looks over and she goes, hey, can you do me a favor? Can you just be quiet for a second? I'm trying to read. And you go, whoa, I'm just trying to hype everyone up. She goes, I understand. Please, I need a couple minutes of quiet. I just need to be able to read through this so I can understand all the instructions. So after a minute, Mrs. S says, all right, everyone, take a second. Now that you've read the instructions and everything, go ahead and start collaborating to figure. One person is going to write. You have one essay to write per group. Yes, I know there's 4 people, but 4 people are going to collaborate on the ideas and figure out how to write it. One person generally is going to actually write it. How you do that is your own business. Figure it out. Well, Dean immediately stands up and goes, okay, cool. Everyone, I want you doing this. Kayla, I want you doing that. And, what's your name? Jasmine. Yeah, cool. You're going to start doing this. And starts giving directions. Now, Kayla doesn't really care. Kayla's like, okay, cool. Yeah, whatever you need. I'll be right on it. You, of course, are just all excited to work. And you're like, yeah, this is great. Let me look around for, let me start doing some research, I guess. Dean already has his nose in a book. And Jasmine goes, after a couple of minutes of everyone doing their thing, and she looks at Dean and goes, hey, actually, I don't think that's the right way to do this. He goes, what do you mean what do you mean? I already looked at the directions. I read it. I said it. Here's what we're doing. She goes, I understand that, but you missed bullet number 4. Your plan is good, but it's not going to work because we're missing this part. And if we miss bullet number 4, then we can't do this. Now, Kayla has decided to just kind of fade right into the background. She no longer exists in this conversation. Because her first words, when Dean looks back at Jasmine, she goes, is everybody okay? I mean, I think we could make this work. This could be okay. To which Dean goes, yeah, I think this will be fine. And Jasmine goes, it won't. You are literally missing point number 4. We're not doing it that way. It won't work. And of course, you come in all excited and go, oh guys, but I mean, it's okay, team. We'll figure this out. Don't worry. Everyone's going to get this. Well, after rereading the directions, Dean and Jasmine decide to start working on it and formulating a plan. And in about 2 minutes, Jasmine goes, here's exactly how we can do this. Dean, I think we should do this, then this, then this, then this, and this. And that way we'll be able to do it efficiently. It'll be effective. We'll hit all the boxes and everybody will have a part. And Dean goes, yeah, that'll work. Thanks for your help. I really appreciate it. Cool. Team, here's what we're going to do. And he starts giving out directions to everyone. Now, Miss S stands up and goes, oh, everybody, with your work, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to present this to the class. Oh, no. Oh, everyone's worst nightmare brought to life. You have to give a presentation now. Well, this throws a wrench in Dean's plan. But Dean was ready for it. Dean goes, you know what? Hey, you're really good at speaking. You're really good at rallying the team. Do you want to give the presentation? And of course, you're not a huge fan of public speaking, but you go, yeah, I would love to do that. Awesome. Yes, absolutely. Let's do this. Well, Kayla goes, well, how do you want me to help? And you say, hey, Kayla, can you and I start working on the visual for this? Because I know you're really good with computers. And she goes, oh, yeah, absolutely. So by the end of the day, The whole team's got everything ready. Not the end of the day, sorry. The end of the week. Whole team has the whole essay written. The presentation's ready. The PowerPoint looks amazing because it's not 1995 and you decided to use Prezi. Way to go. And your team knocks it out of the park. The essay is perfectly written. No grammatical errors at all. Structured perfectly. Every point was hit effectively. The presentation was great. The visuals worked. The visuals kept the audience engaged, and your captivating talk kept them wanting more. And at the end of it, Miss S goes, "So team, how did you do this? How did you make this whole thing work?" And that's when you say, well, got this coach, and he has us take a test. When I start working with him, and I don't know, something about what he said just really helped here. I know this is a longer episode, and I'm not sorry for that. We're going to be getting heavy in the next few episodes. What we did here is we took 4 personality styles, 4 communication styles, and utilized the strengths of all of them in this team. Dean is very good at giving directions. He's a natural bred leader. He's short. He's very soft-spoken, but he's very intentional with what he says. He has a very dominant personality. And I don't mean dominant as in he's going to dominate a person, but I mean he is just very results-oriented. You, the person that I used as the second member of this party, are the excited one. You're the one that is all good energy. You are the one that is excited. You help rally the team. You are the inspiration for success on this team. You are the inspiration. You are the eye on the team. Kayla kind of faded in the background. Kayla didn't have an agenda as far as I need to do this. I need to take control. I need to do things correctly. Kayla just wanted to be there and help. Kayla wanted what was best for the team at all points. She didn't care about her role in the team. She just wanted to, wherever Dean said she needed to go, wherever the leader of the team said she needed to be, she was going to be there. She's very steady. She's very malleable. And for our 4th person, Jasmine was very intentional about what she said and what she did. She didn't talk unless she needed to. She let the team kind of figure things out. But what she did first, before anyone got any ideas, is she said, "Let me read the instructions." You notice all the first 3 members on the team said, "Oh, let's just start planning. Let's just jump in." Not Jasmine. Jasmine said, No. There is a rubric here. I'm going to read every single word in this. I'm going to make sure I understand every piece of information I'm being given. And then, only after I understand everything, am I going to even speak to my team. That is when I'm going to make myself shine. I'm going to show my strength here. Her strength is the analytics. Her strength is really understanding the rules, the directions, and understanding, what is the word? Protocol. She's very good with protocol. She is very much an analytical person. And if you want to look at what happened with all 4 of these team members, we took the strengths of every letter in the disc. Dominance, influence, steadiness, and I'm forgetting the C. But it's analytical. It's your person that's super analytical and very much on top of what they do. They're very much into the rules and regulations when it comes to a project. With these 4 people, any team can succeed. Any team that is highly effective has elements of all 4 of these personality styles, and most importantly, they use their strengths. You don't take Kayla and put her in charge of the group. Not to say that she couldn't. I'm just going to say that Kayla would probably be better off being in a support role, being in a role where she's not leading. Because what's going to happen is Dean, the person that's dominant, is going to get a little frustrated when whoever's leading is doing it incorrectly, and they're going to let you know. It's not out of any frustration. It's not that they're mad. You're just doing it wrong, and you need to know that you're doing it wrong, so they're going to let you know. What we're going to do over the next 4 episodes is we're going to go heavy into disc theory. We're going to start studying this. we're going to go over every single personality type. So, for the episode that comes out on the 18th, we're going to go over D, which is dominance. On the 25th, it's going to be I, which is influence. S is going to be, what is it? It's going to be February 1st. And the last one, which is going to be on February 8th, is going to be the C style. Now, with this, conscientiousness, that is the word. Yes, I Googled it in real time. Listen, we all mess up, and I'm not perfect, and I'm not going to lie to you when I'm going to tell you that I had my brain did not work at that moment, and I didn't want to go to the end of this episode with someone being like, Bobby, what does the C mean? I don't want to look it up. I got you. So, for the next 4 weeks, we're going to be going over disc theory. Now, if you want to get a leg up on this, reach out to me. I am disc certified, so I can coach this disc assessment. There's Chloe. If you want to understand this episode in more detail, if you really want to understand this for yourself, head over to better yet, head over to my website, go to bobbyberg.com, fill out the form, and just tell me, hey, Bobby, I would like to get coaching. Or if you're not really about websites because it's 2021 and some of y'all are like, yo, IG or TikTok, take your pick. I don't care, but I'm not doing this. Better yet, do this. Either email me at info@bobbyberg.com or slide into my DMs on Instagram or TikTok and just say, hey, Bobby, I would like to take this disc. I would like to take this assessment so I can really understand this episode better in the upcoming weeks. Reach out to me. I would love to help you with this. I'd love to send you the survey link. Let me know. That's your homework. Actually, really, that's your homework this week is if you've made it this far into the episode, first off, thank you. I know this one's a long one, but send me a DM or email me, and I want you to take this disc assessment. And with this, I'm going to throw in a free coaching session for you. So I will coach you personally on how this disc works and how you communicate with people, and it might help you a little bit. So that's your homework for this week. If you don't want to take the survey, if you're like, Bobby, I really don't care about this, I don't want to do it, fine. What I want you to do for your extra homework, or if you choose not to take the survey, is I want you to just be aware of how you're communicating with people. I want you to notice any sort of cognitive disjunct that you get, or if there's any sort of misunderstanding in communication styles with other people this week. I want you to just be aware of what's going on and just notice it. That's all I got for you. I hope everyone has a wonderful week. For those of you that are going back to school today, good luck. I know school's difficult. A bunch of my students have had a very difficult time either transitioning back to in-person learning or transitioning from in-person learning to virtual learning. Y'all, I get it. You're going through a very hard time, and I'm so proud of you for making it this far. I don't mean this far in the episode. I mean, 2020 has been very, very difficult, especially for schools, especially for students. Y'all are stressed out as it is, and now we're adding more stress with making sure your computer works. I get it. But you've made it this far. I'm so serenely proud of you for adapting in the way you have and the way you are. You're amazing. And if no one's told you that this week, listen, start your Monday off right with this. You are incredible. You have so much passion for life. You are powerful. You are loved. You matter. You provide value to this world every single day, whether you realize it or not. Oh, but Bobby, I just sat down and watched Netflix all day. Guess what? Those people that spent hundreds of thousands of hours working on that show that you're watching appreciate the fact that you're watching what they're doing. Every little act that you make makes a difference. I love you very much. I hope you have a wonderful week. Reach out to me for coaching. If not, be aware of how you're communicating with people. I hope everyone enjoyed the episode. If you did, leave me some feedback on the podcast platform that you're watching this on or listening to this on. If it's on YouTube, hop in the comments and go nuts. Tell me how your day went. Tell me if you enjoyed this. We're going to do the YouTube thing again because I hate doing this, but if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. If you enjoyed this, hit the thumbs up button. If you didn't, hit the thumbs down button. Regardless, tell me what you thought about it. I appreciate every comment you give. I hope everyone has a wonderful week. I love you very much, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace. Whew, that was another awesome episode of the Student Fire podcast. Thank y'all for sticking around for this long, but I got a question for you. Have you ever thought about starting your own podcast? See, when I was trying to get this podcast off the ground, I had a lot of questions like, how do I record an episode? How do I get my show to apps? Like, do I have to do it individually, or can I just have one place that does everything for me? And most importantly, how do I make money from my podcast? Is that even an option? Well, honestly, y'all, your answer is Anchor. Anchor is the one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing your podcast. Best of all, it is 100% free and ridiculously easy to use. And now, Anchor can match you with great sponsors that want to advertise on your podcast. Yes, you. That means you can get paid to make the podcast. You can get paid to podcast the right way. In fact, that's exactly what I'm doing right now by reading this ad. If you want to get in on this, if you want to make your podcast a reality and you want your success and your word to be a thing, man, you already know. Hop over to Anchor and give it a start. You won't regret it. Catch y'all in the next episode. Peace.
I got you.
It's coming. Are you ready to ignite the fire?
We are Speak Fire.
Oh, and by the way, that's fire with a Y.
What's going on, everyone?
Internal fire.
Student fire.
Young fire. Father's fire. Leadership fire.
Champion fire.
Unlocking the fire within.
Thank you all for tuning in. Let's grow.
Speak fire.
Speakfire.com.
Speak Fire with a Y.
We have a new episode that comes out every Monday at 4 a.m. Are you going to be up with us?
Deuces.
I am excited to bring you my new book, Trendsetter, 7 Steps to Radically Stand Out to Be the Best You. This book details my journey of coming to the United States and being excited to embrace the American culture. But unfortunately, my culture was not accepted, and I found myself being bullied as a young girl. And in this process, I decided that I wanted to disconnect from my culture to be more accepted into American culture. And through that process, I got so depressed from trying to fit in that I attempted suicide my freshman year in high school. So this book talks about the journey of what I did to become radically transformed to be the strong woman I am today. This book is something that's really going to enable the reader to understand and embrace who they are, embrace what makes them special, and become radically transformed. Get your copy today at becomingatrendsetter.com. Again, that is becomingatrendsetter.com. Or check it out at my website at aishathomas.org.